The Agori are a tantric cult from India that do post-mortem rituals with human bodies.
India may be the land of incredible things, but sometimes I can't help but say what? And this video is all about the most bizarre stuff going on in this country. Let's get started. Number 1. Nagpanchami. Nagpanchami is a significant Hindu festival celebrated primarily in India and Nepal, focusing on the worship and adoration of snakes. This festival falls on the 5th day of the bright half of the lunar month of Shravana, usually occurring in July or August. Snakes, or Nagas, hold a special place in Hindu mythology, symbolizing power, protection, and fertility. The festival's origins trace back to ancient scriptures and folklore, highlighting the Nagas' vital role in the cosmic balance and their benevolence when respected. The rituals of Nagpanchami are centered around honoring and seeking blessings from the snake deities. Devotees visit temples dedicated to snake deities or natural snake habitats like anthills and snake pits, which are considered sacred. Worshippers present milk, flowers, sweets, and other offerings to snake idols or effigies made of silver, clay, or other materials. These offerings are meant to appease the snakes and seek their protection and blessings. Number 2. Marriage to a dog. In various parts of India, there's a peculiar ritual where individuals, especially those known as mangliks, marry animals like dogs, goats, or even trees.
The teenager was apprehensive at first, but eventually decided to follow her parents' wishes.
This tradition is deeply rooted in astrology and superstition, particularly concerning a condition called Mangal Dosh. People born under this astrological combination are believed to bring bad luck to their spouses. To ward off this supposed curse, they're often required to marry an animal before they can marry a human. The main reason behind these animal marriages is the belief in Mangal Dosh. Mangliks are thought to have a negative influence on their future partners, and marrying an animal is seen as a way to transfer the bad luck away from the human spouse. Interestingly, females are more often subjected to this ritual than males, who may only need to perform a puja, which is a prayer ritual to cleanse their bad luck. Sometimes girls with certain physical deformities or those who develop teeth early are also put through this practice. The idea is that marrying an animal can help avoid any negative consequences associated with these conditions. Number 3. Throwing infants. In Solapur, Maharashtra, there's a crazy and controversial tradition known as the ritual of baby throwing. It involves parents tossing their infants from a height of around 30 to 50 feet onto a sheet held by villagers below. This practice, which has been around for over 700 years, is believed to bless children with good health and fortune. The origins of this ritual are tied to the Baba Uma Dargah, a shrine where parents pray for a healthy pregnancy. The story goes that during times of high infant mortality, a saint advised families to show their faith by throwing their babies from the roof, promising that divine intervention would keep them safe. Every year, during the Aorus Festival, parents who have made vows at the shrine bring their newborns to participate in the ritual. Number 4. Bhai Dooj. Bhai Dooj, also known as Bhaiya Dooj, is a Hindu festival celebrated mainly in the northern states of India, like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Jharkhand. It happens on the second lunar day of the Shukla Paksha in the month of Kartika, right after the grand Diwali festivities. This festival is all about celebrating the bond between brothers and sisters, kind of like a sequel to Raksha Bandhan, complete with its own set of quirky rituals. So here's the drill. On Bhai Dooj, sisters lovingly apply a ceremonial mark of vermilion on their brothers' foreheads, praying for their long and healthy lives. This touching gesture is usually accompanied by prayers, sweet offerings, and gifts. Families get together for a meal where sisters whip up their brothers' favorite dishes, making it a day full of heartfelt moments and, of course, food. Now, if you think that's all, wait till you hear about the twist in parts of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Here, sisters spend the day cursing and teasing their brothers, all in good fun. This wacky tradition is based on a legend where a sister cursed her brother until he got married, which, surprise, surprise, saved his life. After a day of playful insults, the sisters pricked their tongues with thorns from wild fruit as a form of atonement, seeking forgiveness from their brothers. Yes, it sounds strange, but it's all in the spirit of sibling fun and games. Number 5. Bani Festival. The Bani Festival, held every year at the Jikatu Temple in Kurnool, Andhra Pradesh, is anything but your typical celebration. Taking place during the Dussehra festival, this event is all about devotees whacking each other with lathis, long sticks, from midnight until sunrise. The festival commemorates the victory of Mala Maleshwara, a form of Lord Shiva, over a demon, symbolizing the classic good over evil theme that's central to Dussehra. The Bani Festival kicks off at midnight and draws hundreds of participants, primarily farmers from Andhra Pradesh and neighboring Karnataka. These devotees engage in what can only be described as controlled chaos, stick fighting through the night. Injuries are a given, with medical teams on standby to patch up the wounded. However, many participants opt for the traditional approach of slapping some turmeric on their injuries and jumping right back into the fray. Number 6. Thai Pusam. Thai Pusam is a crazy Hindu festival primarily celebrated by the Tamil community, especially in Tamil Nadu, India, and in countries with large Tamil populations like Malaysia and Singapore. This festival honors Lord Murugan, also known as Kartikeya, the son of Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati. It commemorates the day when Lord Murugan received a divine spear from his mother, goddess Parvati, to defeat the demon king Tarakasura and his army. The celebration typically takes place on the full moon day in the Tamil month of Thei, which falls in January or February. The lead up to Thai Pusam involves a 48-day period of fasting and abstinence, known as vrata. During this time, devotees steer clear of non-vegetarian food, alcohol, and sex. Some even go as far as shaving their heads as a sign of devotion. But the most striking aspect of the festival is the body-piercing ritual, known as Kavadi Atam. Number 7. The Aghori sect. The Aghori sect is an often misunderstood group of ascetic Shaivites in India, known for their extreme practices and beliefs. Primarily found in northern regions, especially around Varanasi, Aghoris challenge societal norms with an unconventional lifestyle.
24 hours, means 24 hours your time. You're doing job.
Their monistic view of the universe holds that everything is a manifestation of the divine, specifically Lord Shiva. Since Shiva is believed to be perfect, they think all existence is perfect, thus nothing should be shunned. This leads them to engage in practices that many consider taboo, including rituals involving death and decay. Aghoris often reside in cremation grounds where they perform rituals and meditate, believing that proximity to death helps them confront fears and attain spiritual enlightenment. They smear themselves with the ashes of the dead, symbolizing acceptance of mortality and life's transient nature. Some Aghoris even consume human flesh from corpses found in the Ganges River. They use human skulls as bowls for eating and drinking, further emphasizing their connection to death and life's impermanence. Their rituals may include chanting, drumming, and trance-like states, often accompanied by intoxicants like marijuana and alcohol. These intense rituals, combined with their unique lifestyle, make Aorus a fascinating yet controversial group. Number 8. Thimithi. Walking in heels or climbing rugged terrain might seem challenging, but in India, there is a ritual that takes things to an entirely new level. Thimithi. This intense practice involves walking barefoot over a path of burning coal or embers, and it is performed as part of a month-long celebration that includes various puja ceremonies and recounting tales from the Indian epic, the Mahabharata. Thimithi is specifically dedicated to the goddess Draupadi Amman, also known as Draupadi, who is revered for her power to ward off evil spirits and grant wishes. This ritual is exclusive to men, who undertake the fiery path as a testament to their dedication and faith. The origins of Thimithi are tied to the story of Draupadi, the wife of the 5 Pandava brothers in the Mahabharata. Number 9. Auda Puja. In India, there is a deep belief that divinity resides in everything around us, from trees and clothes to vehicles and even weapons. This belief is reflected in the custom of Auda Puja, a ritual dedicated to honoring and worshipping tools and machinery, including guns, rifles, and swords.
యదువీర్ కృష్ణరాజ చామరాజ వడియార్ మైసూర్ ప్యాలెస్ కళ్యాణ మండపంలో ఆయుధ పూజ చేశారు.
Auda Puja typically involves ceremonies conducted on Vijayadashami, a festival marking the end of the Dussehra celebrations. During this time, people pay special attention to the tools they use in their daily work. The primary deities revered in these rituals are Saraswati, the goddess of wisdom and arts, Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, and Parvati, the divine mother. Number 10. Jikatu. Jikatu, the traditional bull-taming sport of Tamil Nadu, is the highlight of the Pongal Festival. Think of this. Participants grab the hump of a bull and hold on for as long as possible, while the bull, unsurprisingly, tries its best to fling them off. This ancient sport is touted as a symbol of bravery and strength, deeply rooted in the region's agrarian culture. Because nothing says, "I'm brave," quite like hanging onto a frenzied bull for dear life. Despite its cultural significance, Jikatu has faced multiple bans. Why? Well, it turns out that chasing terrified bulls and putting human lives at risk isn't exactly a model of animal welfare or safety. But who needs modern sensibilities when you have a tradition on your side? Number 11. Bagwall Festival. The Bagwall Festival, celebrated during Raksha Bandhan in Uttarakhand, is definitely not your run-of-the-mill festival. Instead of the usual sweets and sibling bonding, this tradition involves throwing stones at each other. Yes, you heard that right. Stone pelting at a temple. Participants gather at the Dadhura temple for a ritualistic battle where 2 groups representing local feudal lords hurl stones at each other in a spirited and symbolic combat. The aim is to honor and appease the local deity, presumably by creating a crater or 2. The festival's dangerous nature has drawn plenty of controversy over the years, but locals see it as a way to express their devotion and keep their cultural traditions alive. So, while the rest of us might stick to safer celebrations, some are out there making sure their devotion is as literal as it gets. Number 12. Thukam. Thukam is not for the faint of heart. It's one of those intense rituals performed at certain Kali temples in Kerala. Devotees have sharp hooks pierced through their skin and are then hoisted into the air. It's like a spiritual extreme sport where enduring physical pain is seen as a way to connect more deeply with the divine. The idea is that by putting themselves through this dramatic ordeal, participants transcend their physical suffering and achieve a higher level of spiritual enlightenment. If you're looking for a way to show your devotion that's a bit more, let's say, intense than just lighting a candle, Thukam might be your ticket. Number 13, cow trampling. In Madhya Pradesh, there's a rather unusual Diwali ritual known as cow trampling. During this event, villagers let cows walk all over them as a way to show respect and honor these sacred animals. It's like a high-stakes game of let's see how many cows can walk on me. The more cows, the better. If participants happen to get a few bruises from the trampling, no worries. They're treated with a generous dose of cow dung and urine, which locals believe have magical healing powers. Number 14, Rat Temple. The Kani Mata Temple in Rajasthan is definitely not your everyday place of worship. It's famous for its large population of sacred rats, or kabas, that roam freely around the temple.
Pilgrims come here to pray to the saint and goddess Karni Mata.
Visitors are likely to encounter these little critters as they go about their prayers, and the rats are treated with the utmost reverence. Harming a rat, even by accident, is taken very seriously. If it happens, devotees often make amends by donating a golden rat to the temple. One of the temple's most intriguing features is the chance to spot a white rat, which is considered incredibly auspicious. Finding one is believed to bring good luck and blessings, making it a highly prized event for worshippers. Number 15, cow urine. In India, cow urine, or gomutra in Sanskrit, is used for both traditional and medicinal purposes. This practice is deeply embedded in Hindu culture, where cows are revered as symbols of purity and non-violence. Drinking cow urine is thought to offer spiritual and purifying benefits, reflecting the cow's revered status. In Ayurvedic medicine, cow urine is considered a remedy for various ailments. It's believed to have detoxifying properties and is often mixed with other herbs and medicines. Fans of this practice claim that cow urine can aid digestion, improve skin health, and boost overall vitality. There's been a surge in interest around cow urine, with health advocates championing it as a natural remedy. Number 16, two-headed cobra in Karuki. In the northeastern Indian village of Karuki, a two-headed cobra was discovered. The locals, believing the snake might have magical properties, chose to keep it under their care instead of allowing the Department of Forestry to oversee it. Number 17, Lathar Holy. One of India's most unusual festivals is Lathar Holy, where the women of Basana take a rather hands-on approach to celebrate.
ढलने को है और यहाँ एक पुरानी रीत निभाई जा रही है, लठमार होली.
The women beat the men from Nangaon with lathis or long sticks. And if that's not enough, the men who get caught in the crossfire are dressed up as women and made to dance in public. It's all part of the fun, right? So what's the backstory? The festival is a playful reenactment of a legend where Krishna, known for his mischief, visited his beloved Radha in Basana and ended up teasing her friends. In response, the women chased him off with sticks. Number 18, Bagoria Festival. One of the most unusual aspects of the Bagoria Festival is its unique approach to matchmaking. During this celebration, held in Khargone and Jabua districts of Madhya Pradesh, a large-scale marriage fair takes place where young people have the chance to choose their partners. The twist? They can elope with their chosen partner right then and there. Later, they are accepted by society and officially recognized as a married couple. Bagoria, celebrated by the Bil and Bilala tribes, combines a lively spring festival with a traditional Swayamvar, a sort of open-air matchmaking event. Number 19, Snakeboat Race Festival. The Snakeboat Race Festival in Kerala stands out for its intense competitive spirit and the sheer spectacle of the event. This isn't just any boat race, it's a dramatic contest where teams row snake-shaped boats with fierce determination. The race is a high-energy affair, making it one of the most thrilling and unusual festivals in India. History of snakeboat races. The tradition of snakeboat races has been around for nearly 400 years. What started as a wartime strategy with snake-shaped boats has evolved into a carnival. Number 20. Thei. Participants, dressed in elaborate costumes, undertake impressive feats such as dancing with a 10 to 12 meter long crown of hair, walking over hot embers, and handling flaming wicks. The intense heat and heavy costumes contribute to a striking display of devotion and courage. Thei is rooted in ancient rituals and traditions that are nearly 800 years old. Performers, often seen as local leaders, don elaborate costumes and dance in reverence to the divine. Number 21. Lotus Temple in New Delhi. The Lotus Temple in New Delhi is an architectural marvel known for its striking lotus flower design. Completed in 1986, this Baha'i house of worship is a symbol of unity and peace, inviting people of all religions and backgrounds to worship and meditate. The temple's 9 petals, made of pristine white marble, rise gracefully to form a lotus shape, creating a serene and harmonious space for reflection. Surrounded by lush gardens and reflecting pools, the Lotus Temple is not only a spiritual center, but also a prominent landmark, admired for its innovative design and its message of inclusivity. Number 22. Puli Cali. Puli Cali, also known as Tiger Dance, is a lively folk art from Kerala, India, celebrated mainly during the Onam festival. In this tradition, trained performers paint their bodies in bright colors to look like tigers and leopards. They then dance energetically to the beat of traditional drums like the uduku and thakil. Number 23. MIM Cut Festival. The MIM Cut Festival, a key event for the Kuki-Chin tribes in Mizoram, takes place in August or September, right after the maize harvest. Over 2 to 3 days, the festival focuses on honoring ancestors with the belief that their spirits come back to visit. The term mim refers to Job's tears, a type of millet that plays a starring role in the festivities. The festival is a tribute to the dead, featuring maize, fresh veggies, and rice beer, blending harvest celebration with ancestor worship. During MIM Cut, families whip up special maize dishes and brew rice beer, making the festival seem more like a food and drink fest than a solemn tribute. Number 24. Sakrenyi Festival. The Sakrenyi Festival, or Fausni, is the Angami tribe's big cultural bash in Nagaland, India. Celebrated annually for 10 days, starting on the 25th day of the Angami month of Keze. It's a time for purification, renewal, and a little rite of passage for the tribe's youngsters. At its core, Sakrenyi is all about clearing out the old, sins, misfortunes, and any lingering bad vibes. Number 25. Sum Gelarak Festival. The Sum Gelarak Festival in Odisha. Because what's a festival without a bit of ritualistic flair and social maneuvering?
ମାଲକାନଗିରି ଜିଲ୍ଲାର ବନ୍ଧୁଗୁଡ଼ା ଗାଁର ବଣ୍ଡା ଜନଜାତିଙ୍କ ଦ୍ୱାରା ପ୍ରସ୍ତୁତ.
Over 10 days, this extravaganza lets women play matchmaker, choosing their future spouses. Nothing says romance quite like a festival where the highlight is the strategic selection of a life partner. Oh, and let's not forget the charming tradition of sacrificing birds and animals. It's a festival staple, adding that extra touch of, we've always done it this way. To round out the festivities, participants engage in traditional dances and songs, ensuring the celebrations are as culturally rich as they are, let's say, uniquely traditional. And that is it for today. Keep watching for more.